We have so many mixed feelings about FM25, so we thought we'd put out this bonus video for the week where we cover off all the things we're excited about or anxious about in the run-up to what might be the biggest leap in FM gaming history. We're also going to share some more details about how you could win one of 5 copies of FM25 for free via this very channel, so stay tuned for that. But let's start with our positive expectations for FM25, shall we? Maybe make a bit of a shit sandwich about it. Firstly, we're excited about every release of FM because it's our favourite game, and we know it's going to bring us some more incredible moments each and every year, and also love the amount of subtle changes that are added as much as the big shiny new features that come with each instance. They very rarely leave us dissatisfied, so FM25, we don't doubt, will be another hit. But this year we're getting a brand spanking new graphics engine via Unity, and at the heart of things we're also moving away from the email by email way of playing, and that is a mighty big step to take. We're also excited then about what the combination of those two things means for immersion. We're hopeful that Flare, for example, is going to be more recognisable in matches with thanks to that graphical overhaul, and even more variety will be added to the types of passes we see, the types of shots and goals that go in, and essentially that immersion factor too is going to spread beyond the pitch, and frankly that's because it's going to take a little bit more time to get used to the mechanics. Let's be honest, if you're a seasoned veteran of FM, it's become something of a habit. You click all the things that you know make a difference and you ignore everything else. Spamming continue just to speed through a season has become something of a normal practice for the majority of players, and so we think that that new look and feel of the interface is going to do wonders for how immersive the experience of managing your team is going to become. I go through seasons like a hot knife through butter, and at a push I could probably complete a season with extended highlights as my preference in about 48 hours. Now of course that pales in comparison to the 9 hours the FM World Cup lot were given to complete 3 seasons, but clearly we're not quite at their level yet. Congratulations to the Indonesian team, by the way, for your victory there. I am like 98% happy for you and only 2% jealous that you got to meet JT and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Anyway, back to what we're really excited about for FM25, and we're actually honestly pleased that a few features are going to be given a hiatus. We're talking things like international management and those additional competitive modes that, if we're truly honest, we barely even dabbled with. So a higher concentration of efforts onto the core game mechanics there is very welcome from us. There are a few other things dropping off, and we're not quite sure why things like touchline shouts had to completely go rather than continue in their current state until real-time encouragement was enabled, but hey, what can you do? It remains to be seen then what other features are coming with FM25 alongside those graphical and interface overhauls we've already spoken about, but we should have more info on those exact features in approximately 3 weeks' time. Now, as to the bits that we're less looking forward to, well, if I'm brutally honest, one of them is just going to be the general backlash that the inclusion of women's football is going to bring. It's not that we don't want that in there, we absolutely do, and we're absolutely going to play as a women's team in the game, but it's just the online trolls. They're just such and we've already seen on Reddit and on Twitter people complaining about the weight attribute becoming hidden and blaming the women's game for it. It's just not on, and that's just going to be a sad part of FM25 onwards that we have to take. Moreover, we're apprehensive that the game is going to be actually fit to play for the first 8 weeks or so. With such a big leap from the previous game engine, we're expecting this one to be somewhat of a buggy mess for the short term at least. But that will actually bring about some fun. So we're surely going to see some curious animations in that new graphics engine and some dodgy mechanics playing out across the board. My recommendation here though is to maybe start FM25 with a shorter, maybe test save, and then commence your proper save when the game has been patched at least once, maybe kicking things off formally in January. We're confident SI are going to get this right though, just perhaps not with that initial launch. We're all for the dev team pushing back the release date as well, by the way. If anything, it proves that Sports Interactive, alongside companies like CD Projekt Red and Rockstar, are some of the few remaining large game developers with integrity. They don't just release incomplete games and hope that they can maintain a player base throughout countless live service updates. EA! Anyway, How are you feeling about FM25 so far and the news that's hitting you through these channels? I'd like to hear how optimistic you are on a scale of, well, let's say 0 to 20 to keep it Football Manager. I think I'm probably about a 14, which would make me fairly optimistic on my profile, I'd say. But are you going to buy FM25 straight away? Well, maybe you don't have to, because FM Immortal are running a competition across 2 upcoming videos where all you need to do is follow us on Twitter and then get your predictions in alongside that video, and you will be in with a shot at winning 1 of 5 copies of the game. So you see, what we're going to do is, as it's been our summer of simulations, and if you haven't seen this video yet, by the way, really good fun to watch, we'll link it at the end. We're going to simulate 5 formations for the same team and in the same league and see which one is the most successful. If you can guess which one is the most successful and you follow us on Twitter so that we can actually communicate to you if you win, then your name will be in the hat to win one of those 5 copies. We'll explain exactly what we're asking you to predict in that video though, so don't worry about it for now. But given that our videos typically get around 1,000 views and that we're still an emerging channel on YouTube, albeit the one with the highest subscriber conversion rate, thank you very much, then I'd say you've got a very strong chance of actually winning this one. So hit that subscribe button now if you aren't already subscribed to make sure you don't miss out on those 2 upcoming videos. And until next time, my friends, adios.